If somebody is going through a healing process, allow the person, don't date them. Many people are not doing the work of a partner, they are doing the work of a doctor. Somebody that is broken from past relationship and you want to be the healing process of the person is not mentally sound, the person is not mentally stable at that moment, and you want to be in the person's healing process. You are not a physician, you are a partner. I think these things fundamentally starts from the onset. Me, I'm not a support system, I'm a partner. I'm not a support system.
Like, you can't support a partner who has a poor mental issue.
No, you can support a partner who in the process developed a mental issue. But if the person was broken and killed, don't, because the person at that moment is not mentally fit to take decision. The person is just looking for a support partner, like a doctor. When the person is done healing, the person will leave you and do anything.
Hi viewers, welcome to Rexworld podcast. I'm your host Alma, and with me I have my co-host Evergreen. And today we'll be talking on mental health and relationships. With me in the house I have Collins Felix, Vicky, and Mr. Solomon. I have discovered that a lot of relationships have shattered, have a lot of difficulties due to poor mental health in relationship, and they have issues. And today we'll be discussing mainly on these causes of mental health, the solution, how to deal with mental health in a relationship, and how to maintain a healthy relationship. My dear viewers, I will implore you to subscribe, like, share, follow, and comment on this discussion. On our first question, I will be asking to Collins here. Collins, I would like to ask you on what you believe could be the cause of poor mental health in a relationship.
Okay. First of all, I will say this thing starts from the foundation of the relationship. You know, many people are not doing the work of a partner, they are doing the work of a doctor. For example, somebody that is broken from past relationship and you want to be the healing process of the person is not mentally sound, the person is not mentally stable at that moment, and you want to be in the person's healing process. You are not a physician, you are a partner. I think these things fundamentally starts from the onset. If somebody is going through a healing process, allow the person, don't date them. That's my own personal view.
So, from what you said, I want to know how can we allow the person to heal? Because from what I understand, a person just got heartbroken from the past relationship. So he or she might need a, let's say, a backup or
Kind of a support
yeah,
to
a
heal
support
from this. Yes.
So I want to get what you are saying. How can the person heal if the support is not there?
Me, I'm not a support system, I'm a partner. I'm not a support system.
Okay, so
if you go out and get broken, don't come to me.
So what you are trying to say is that when you can't be in a relationship with someone who has a mental issue, not like who has a poor mental issue in a relationship, like you can't support a partner who has a poor mental
No,
issue.
you can support a partner who in the process developed a mental issue. But if the person was broken and killed, don't, because the person at that moment is not mentally fit to take decision. The person is just looking for a support partner, like a doctor. When the person is done healing, the person will leave you and do anything. So that's my own.
Okay, actually I think what we are talking about is the causes of poor mental health, you know. And in that case, there is things we need to, there is a lot of things we can mention, just like lack of communication, you know, emotional neglect and all of them. So these are things that can cause poor mental health in relationship. Because you can't tell me that you're in a relationship with somebody and you don't communicate. Just I have seen people who they say that they are in a relationship with somebody, and this person only communicate once in a while. I don't know how you be in a relationship and you communicate only once in a while.
Yes.
And like, how does it work? Because I believe that relationship, there's no relationship
Needs
without communication. So
yeah.
what makes relationship is just that communication.
They will
So
leave
if
it
the
alone.
communication is not there, definitely you will be thinking, your mind will not be stable. You will always be thinking, oh, this person actually love me. Is this something wrong? Is there anything going wrong that I don't know? Like your mind will not be stable. So in that kind of situation, actually you really have a problem.
And yes, this thing you are saying, that would even make the person to start feeling that I'm not valued.
Yes.
Maybe they don't value me. She's just keeping me there, or she's just keeping me there, because there is no communication that will help to spice up the whole thing. Also, added to it, I think another thing that can still cause that mental health issues, poor mental health, maybe try to drain you mentally, is criticism. Like, every time you are criticizing your partner, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to do the other one. And sometimes I look at people relationship, I will see that sometimes a lot of them are doing it with fear. Like, you want to do this, you see a lady, the lady will be avoiding. I don't want to do it like this, so he will get angry. Not that she likes doing it, but just because she knows that if this guy comes back now, he will shout at me, he will do this, he will say I did not do well.
They do things that discomfort them.
Yes, and before you know it, they will start going down mentally. Like,
And
They're just doing it
to add
please
to what
the
she's
other.
saying, just like physical abuse, there's people who how will I even say it? People who are actually receiving physical abuse every day
Toxic relationship.
because of sometimes when you ask them why are you still in this relationship, they'll be like, I still love him. You still love him, and you are always physically abused constantly. Okay, look at the one we had last time. Somebody that has to pour fuel on his wife and set her
I'm
ablaze.
fine.
Imagine that kind of something. So imagine what that woman was passing through, or what she was passing through before she gave up. So those kind of things is one of the things that causes those stuff.
Please, can I take us back a bit? Yeah, because
go
I
on,
wasn't
go on.
opportune to
Go
talk
on.
then.
Okay.
So when we are talking about poor communication, that's right. But I think we have not, talked about it in details.
Let's get this in clear.
Yes.
Communication is not just maybe in the morning you call her,
You just talk.
in the maybe 2 hours later you call her again, and that communication is just talking something serious,
Fight or
That's
something.
it.
vital something,
Yes.
like vital
Talking about the
issues.
future.
It may not be like, I don't know how to express this very well, but
Let me
communication should
tell
be
you.
like something that has to add value constantly to you.
So
So-
I think talking about poor communication is not about you are not discussing with the person. You can be discussing with somebody and still have poor communication.
If I may ask, so if actually you are talking steady, yet you guys discover that you are
Yes,
having
like
poor,
he
I want
spent
to
90%
actually
of his
understand.
time with the girl. What are you people been talking about that made after the whole communication 90% of that
And
talking and
still-
gisting,
and
and
still
still
valid.
he broke the relationship shattered?
Yeah,
Why?
it happens.
What
Because-
do you think could be the reason?
Most times I think you both have known yourself. There's difference between a relationship that you just met 1 week. You both will just be excited. You are trying to know the person. You don't know me, I'm trying to know you. But this one, you both knows yourself deep down. In fact, any step she takes, step I take, she knows what I'm about to do. But relationship is lacking, communication is lacking, and relationship is suffering.
I actually want to know the aspect where he's lacking.
Many aspects. Communication.
But you talk for 90, you spend 90% of your time with her, and you are still
Communicate.
lacking the
What
It
communication.
happens. It happens. It
Okay.
happens. And that's why I want us to talk deeply on communication.
Since you discovered that there's something that is lacking in your communication, can you just tell us what is that particular thing? Because you never mentioned it.
We'll be together. We are discussing. She will be online, I will be online. For instance, because we of these days, we are mostly online. In fact, we are less offline than when we are online. So we are discussing, we are together. we will just be dropping words, discussing, but she's online
Then
discussing with someone
That
else.
means
it's not communication.
It's not-
There is divided attention.
Yes.
You cannot be chatting
You are
And I'm
completely
chatting.
distracted.
and you.
But can someone be together with somebody without divided attention for 1 year, 2 years,
No,
3 years,
do you know-
4
do you know
years, 5 years? Is there no boredom that comes in? You know, when we talk about communication, my own is I understand communication, poor communication, but a time comes, you know this person 100% sure that everything that person is thinking, but poor communication was
That
in
is
it.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What is actually lacking is not the communication.
Thank
It's
God.
not communication that is actually lacking in that relationship. I think it's distraction. Like you said, you be on the phone chatting and she is on her phone chatting. So if you both are on a phone chatting, when do you have time to talk? And if you have spent 80% of your time talking with her and she knows, that means that communication is not what is lacking. Is it that you are distracted by whatever that may be?
Sorry, can
Involved.
I ask question? Like,
Okay.
is our relationship
Okay.
everything about
Okay,
our
wait.
life for 1 year?
Okay,
We don't
wait.
have friends again to talk with.
Okay.
So the only thing I'm trying to say is that when we are talking about poor communication, we should talk about it deep. It's not about you are not communicating, you are not
okay.
talking to me. It's beyond that. That's what I'm saying. It's beyond
See,
it.
So what you are
I-
trying to say is that, is it that you are trying to say that poor communication is the cause of poor mental health?
Yes,
Or-
yeah, I agree.
So that means you people's health, like mental health,
Yeah.
were not balanced
Yeah.
in that
Because of
relationship because of
communication.
poor
Communication.
communication. Vicky, I would like you to tell us, how do you think we can communicate with a partner that is having a poor mental health? Like when you're in a relationship with a partner whose mental health is totally unbalanced, how do you think you communicate with them? Like you communicate with them and make them feel comfortable in a relationship with you.
Okay, first of all, since you already have a man by my side that have already experienced that, remember he said that he's been with the partner all the time, yet communication was lacking. So, what was actually the main thing that you discovered that was the problem? Because I think from there we can now take it up and then know, okay, this is how to handle such kind of issues.
Communication leads to the leading of attention, because maybe you feel something, she's not asking you about it, or she didn't ask you about it. Maybe she assumed you are fine. You are like you are expected to do this. That poor communication.
The problem.
You
now,
both
now
were
you
together.
mentioned the problem.
Yeah, actually,
the
the
assumption.
communication is not the problem.
Yes.
It's not the problem.
Because
The problem now is attention.
you are just.
The
you are
girl
just-
lacks attention.
Yeah, she,
I'm
like
not only
it was
that,
there,
I'm
but
not-
you don't communicate. For example, your shoe can be paining you. We can be together and you will be calm. But I don't know your shoe is paining you, and deep down you will be looking for another person to help you with your shoes.
That's that you are talking about that she always assume that you should know a particular something
Yes.
without even saying it. So
All right. That is actually one of the things that kills most of the relationship. Yeah, sometimes you assume, he should know this one now, but he does not know.
And most of our girls does that. Like
Yes.
we feel like our man should understand.
Yes, he
what
should
we are
understand I
feeling.
need this.
Yeah.
Why not say it out? Don't assume. See, in this life I've learned that we don't give room for assumptions. You make everything clear. Effective communication involves you being clear. You don't assume. You say it out. Oh, this is what I need. See, this thing you are doing, I don't like it. Not assuming that he should know I don't like it. And for our viewers, please, you have to communicate effectively. When you have something, okay, this is what is bothering you, this is what you feel about the thing, you
Yes.
make it clear. You'll be honest about everything so that those kind of issues will not start coming up. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So my another question here is, can distance relationship can it also cause mental health in relationship?
yes, reasons. Distant relationship. First of all, let's just understand that relationship is a work, and before you set in for distant relationships, ask yourself if you can do it. Because every time you'll be thinking, where is this person now? What
What is he actually
he or
doing?
she may be doing now? Like you'll be thinking a lot because you're not seeing him. If you maybe if you call him or call her and she didn't pick within some, you have assumed that actually either he or she is somebody
his
or
girlfriend.
whatever,
Oh, yes. I
And it
get
also
So-
what you
leads to poor
and it's
mentality.
will be making you think, and that's why most of the time you see people arguing every now and then because of Guinea. They're not. They only see once in a while.
Yeah.
So I think it actually affects that.
I don't think those long relationships self work. I think both of them are pretenders. Pretenders just spending time
also-
together.
It does work.
It actually
It
works.
actually works. Just as now.
Yes, it's work for some people.
It actually works. Just
Yeah,
as you have to.
But what is, like, if we say something works, what do we use to scale it? Because I know a lot of marriages. Personally, I will say, oh, this marriage is working, because those guys have been together for 50 years. But deep down, when you go, that the woman or the man himself will tell you, nah, women are trash. We'll be like, the marriage I'm saying these people are working is these people. So is it that something lasted for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Does it mean that the thing is working?
See, as I'm telling you now, actual relationships they work, okay, and those things that you think you just said now is that you have to have this forgiving spirit, and you know that this particular person is not perfect, and you yourself is not perfect, and therefore you must forgive. You know, the Bible said that love covers multitude of sin.
Yes.
No, we are
You
talking
have to
about
do it.
long distance.
See, there's people who are enduring a lot of things in their marriage.
Endure. Is marriage to be endured or to be enjoyed?
The
You
both.
cannot see.
You can enjoy
You
marriage
you
and
cannot
enjoy
get the
things.
both at the same time.
Can I say again? Do you know that a lot of people, in fact, that man that killed the wife,
Okay.
they have been enduring that marriage? Because
And
I
thinking that they
heard some part of their story. There was a scandal. A man in their community used to sleep with women. The woman was part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, talking about endure. In fact, there is a lot of people, they are going through abuse. And mind you, it's not just men that go through abuse. Should they keep enduring? They are not enjoying it.
See. What I have this belief that if you actually want your relationship, because as we're talking about relationship, we are indirectly talking about marriage, right? So if you actually want your marriage to work, you should have it. You should prepare your mind for anything, and you should not depend on the person you are doing something with. You know, I can't just. I think I have experienced relationship before, so I know a lot of things when
Okay.
it comes to that. So
Okay.
if you actually want your relationship to work, you got to work it. It's a work.
I understand. We are talking
you
about
should-
that
you
long
should first of all have in
distance.
mind that this person one day will mess up, and you yourself will also mess up. So the ability to forgive, the ability to tolerate, is one of the things that will make it work.
You know,
There's no perfect relationship. There's
I
no perfect
understand.
marriage.
Yes.
You have to put effort in it.
I think as long as you can tolerate your partner.
but
and
we are
again-
talking about long distance. What if my love language is physical touch and the girl is in Abuja? We are talking about long distance.
That's why
Should I keep enduring it? That means I don't have any love.
No,
I'm not receiving any love.
Before you enter into a relationship, you need to plan.
You need to.
You need to-
That's,
you
I
need
think.
to-
I think you need
There are some
to.
things you need to see before entering.
You need
a
to decide that
relationship.
this is what I want.
Yes.
Like, can this, like, just, everybody have a love language. And if, like you said, that if your love language is physical touch, that means you are not the kind of person that will have to be in a long distance relationship, because you will need your partner somewhere
Always
close.
beside you.
Because if the partner is far, I think that is where this mental this thing comes
I
in.
believe
begins
it
to-
works for some people.
Yes, it's,
You get.
yes.
There's some people who can handle that long distance relationship, and some people who cannot handle it. You know, so if actually you can handle, because if actually you can handle it, means that you have to invest.
Yes.
You have that communication is the key there. Any long distance relation that is not having frequent communication will not work. Let's just have it in mind. So that frequent communication is only what to make distant relationship. So if it's not there, it's not gonna work. So, and again, if actually doesn't work for you, then you have to back off. For me personally, I don't think me personally, I don't think that long term relationship actually works.
What works for you does not work for others. So
Yes.
I would like to ask what, like, when do you know when your partner is causing you a mental damage?
Said, when do I know
Like,
that?
yes, when do one know that this my partner is
Or
causing
this
me
relationship
mental-
is
yes,
actually
this
being
relationship
toxic.
is beginning to damage my mental
Yes.
health.
Okay. When you notice that you are not doing things in relationship out of fear, you are no longer comfortable. In fact, you are even scared. You don't even feel loved. You will know that it's already affecting you. You are not feeling, in fact, you are feeling that you are being manipulated. These kind of things, when you start having this kind of feelings, it's a call for you to sit back, think, call your partner so that you people will fix things right. Because if you should allow it to trigger, it will damage a lot of things. So when you start noticing that you are now having anxiety, you are now feeling uncomfortable around your partner, in fact, you don't even feel like telling him anything. You just want to keep everything to yourself. You know that that is actually what will start leading to you being unstable. So once you start noticing some of all these changes, you have to sit down by yourself, talk to yourself, call your partner, then and find a way to resolve the whole thing.
Mr. Solomon, do you have anything to say to this?
I think I totally agree on what she said. Because these are things that we need to actually, do for us to be able
Okay.
to.
Well, I don't agree to what she said, Sha, but I think here, firstly, all relationship goes through a period of loneliness, boredom. Butterflies won't remain in your belly, and if you start feeling you are not loved, you are not. Most times it's the season of boredom. Sometimes you feel like all relationship, all experience it. So is that, I don't think it's just when you start feeling that you are no longer loved, you are no longer this, you start feeling fear, you start, that's when you will call it quits. I don't think
I think this particular thing you are saying now, it has a lot to do in marriage. They said sometimes they say that love is not enough and all that and all
love
that.
is not enough.
And I believe is you and sometimes they will use the parable. Is it the parable of Jesus? No, the first miracle of Jesus Christ in that Canaan experience and all that to give an illustration of how these things happen. That maybe a time will come in your marriage when this one you finish, you have to do this and have to do. So I think love sometimes normally reduces. So it is your responsibility to always rekindle it.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That she said, when you feel those things, you can now back off and all that. So, I'm of the opinion that
The question was, how do you know when your relationship is causing you mental health damage?
But most times in the period of loneliness in relationships and marriage,
There is
it will
something
cause
that
you
must
mental
cause
health.
this loneliness. The loneliness does not just come when you are just like, when you are pretty occupied with attentions and love. I don't think that loneliness just barge in and you begin to feel loneliness in a relationship that has been
Something
very
must have-
lively.
But the
There's
truth
something
is
must
that
have triggered
the truth
it.
is that yes, but the truth is that all relationship, both past and present, must go through that period. That's just the truth.
Yes, actually, there are some times in a relationship where you experience
feel
some of
like,
all these
yes.
things. You feel like you want to have some time of your own and all that. So, but then after that phase, the only thing there is that you have to keep working it out. You have to keep working. You have to keep making things work out. Because if you leave it that way, okay, because she wants to, be on her own. Therefore, let me leave her. No, but if you let's know that some ladies, when they say you should leave them,
That means
they are actually asking you to hold me. You get, so if actually you don't have that kind of mindset of hold me instead of leaving me when they say you should
maybe
leave,
when she begins to draw herself
you now begin to
back,
think maybe
yes.
this guy doesn't do this or doing that. So before you know it, and
So that is why I even made mention that when you start having all this kind of signs, you start seeing all this thing, the best thing is to sit down, think, why am I having this feeling? What is the cause? Be sincere to yourself. If you are not sincere to yourself, you will never get the right answer. And once you are sincere with yourself, you can talk to your partner. If you have really understand that, or maybe if you have discovered that this actually is true, it's not just my feelings, maybe that it's not just the season. And once you discover that, okay, this is not just the season, this thing I'm feeling is actually true, it's genuine, call him or call her. The two of you will sit down together and talk. Because the only thing, one thing is, once you leave this, it will damage your mental health, it will start disturbing you, because you have left it to grow. But once you have noticed, you tackle it, that is what will help to keep the relationship alive again.